Sis, can I be honest with you? You look tired. And not just the kind of tired that a nap can fix. I'm talking about the kind of tired that lives in your soul, the kind of tired that comes from always being the strong one, always being the one who holds it together, always being the one who has to carry everyone else's weight while quietly breaking under your own. And I know what you've been telling yourself. If I don't do it, who will? If I fall apart, everything will fall apart with me. I don't have the luxury of being weak. But can I say this to you with love? Strength was never meant to look like never resting. It was never meant to look like carrying everything alone. You've been told your value is in your resilience, that your worth is in how much you can endure, that you are only lovable when you are useful. And maybe you've believed that lie for so long that you don't even know how to be anything but strong anymore. But sis, even the strongest shoulders get weary. Even the strongest hearts grow faint. And God never asked you to be strong all the time. Matthew 11 verse 28 to 30. Jesus himself says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Did you see? Do you see? Jesus doesn't say, "Come to me when you've got it all together." He says, "Come to me weary." He invites you to bring the weight, the exhaustion, the mask you've been wearing. He invites you to lay it down. Sis, you don't have to be strong for God to love you. His strength is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness." Did you catch that? Perfect strength doesn't come from you holding it all together. It comes from you letting him hold you together. Look, I know it feels scary to let go, to admit you are tired, to admit you can carry it all in more. Maybe you fear people will see you differently. Maybe you think they'll call you weak, but let me tell you the truth. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is courage. It is strength in its most authentic form. Sis, it's okay to cry. It's okay to rest. It's okay to not have all the answers. You are still worthy. You are still valuable, and you are still loved. You don't have to prove your strength by carrying everything alone. You prove your strength by choosing to heal, by choosing to rest, by choosing to let God and safe people come alongside you. Now think about Elijah in 1 Kings 19. After his greatest victory, he collapsed under a tree and prayed, "I have had enough, Lord." He was done. He was tired. But God didn't shame him for being exhausted. Instead, God sent an angel with food and water. God told him to rest because even prophets, even leaders, even the strong ones get tired. And God still loved him, still used him, still saw him as enough. You are not superhuman, sis. And you were never meant to be. You were allowed to rest. You were allowed to breathe. You were allowed to put some weight down. For too long, your story has been written with one role, the strong one, the one who doesn't break, the one who doesn't cry, the one who carries it all. But what if that's not the whole story? What if your narrative could be redefined? Not as the woman who was endlessly strong, but as the woman who learned to rest, to heal, to lean, and to love without performance. Sis, strength is not just in holding everything together. Real strength is in knowing when to let go. Real strength is in saying, "I can't do this alone, and I don't have to." So here is what I want you to do today. Take a deep breath. Whisper this to yourself. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to be held. I am allowed to be human. You don't have to wear strength like armor anymore. You don't have to perform to love anymore. You don't have to keep pushing through exhaustion just to prove you're enough. You already are enough. Not because of how much you carry, but because of who you are, because you are God's, because you are loved, because even when you are tired of being strong, his strength never runs out. So let yourself rest. Let yourself heal. Let yourself be loved. And as you do, you will begin to redefine your narrative. Not as a woman who was always strong, but as a woman who was always loved. God bless you.